Woo! It is time. It is time. Look at that sunshine. Oh, that's cool. Look at that effect. It's a beautiful day for a fishing show.
Which way you going?
I don't know. I lost you. Coming up. Is this all the new stuff? Oh, nice. Top secret. Top secret. Top secret.
A little bit.
And we have a special guest. Where'd he go?
They're hidden. You're not allowed to see them.
Oh my God. Are they in the green room?
I don't know. They're hidden.
Oh my God. Where are they at? Oh my gosh. We got a special guest. I swear. Hey, let's look at the bait. Look at this. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. This is just Randy roaming around now. Where is Kent? Kent. Carrot. Look at all this stuff they got. Oh my gosh, they got everything, people. You need to come check this out. Wow. Look at all that. This is my prettiest rod right there. I love that rod. I don't know where they went. Sorry. I guess we gotta go. Boom! Let's go do the show. Man, they got everything. Stocked full. Look, stocked full. Apparel. Look at that. The wall of color, I call it. Hey, fish, you ready? Let's do it. Hey, look. Ladies, I got you a mirror now, too. Ooh, cool. I got you a mirror now, too. Let's do the show. Come on. Okay, you see this place? This place here. It's the Cain Pole. The place you should be getting all of your bait and tackle. The latest in fishing technology. Lures, reels, rods, line, and of course, bait, crickets, shiners, goldfish, frozen bait, and worms of all kinds. Too much to mention it all. Check out the Cain Pole on Facebook, or come on by and let us show you how to catch more fish, because catching fish is fun. The Cain Pole in Southern Hills Plaza, Richmond, KY.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kiss it. There you go. Say nice. Nice. Monster. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. Yes, look at that. Nice. Look at that. It's another show. Welcome to the Cain Pole Fishing Show. The Cain Pole Fishing Show is brought to you by Lewis Veterinary, Downtown Clinic, Purdy's Coffee, Big Hill and Downtown, and the Paddy Wagon, Irish Pub. Enjoy the show. You're up, baby.
Thanks for calling the Cain Pole. This is Kent. How may I help you?
Do y'all sell crickets?
Yes, we sell two kinds of crickets.
What type of crickets?
We sell small baby crickets and we sell large crickets.
Okay.
Did you know
Did I know?
that there's a cricket shortage?
In America?
Did you know
Just
that
like gasoline?
it is hard to get crickets right now.
Just like gasoline.
Speaking of gasoline, I have like 5 miles left on my truck.
Buddy, I've got about 3, and I've got about
we're gonna have to
not
get
enough
to the
money
gas
get there.
station to get there, right? So
We may be pushing each other.
yeah, maybe. Hey, guess what?
What?
Look at these new fancy Cain Pole jerseys.
Look, I'll stand up. They can see all of it.
All right, it's awesome. DNL, all local.
DNL, baby.
All right, all of our local guys. I don't know if I can turn around backwards. All right, but
Here you go, front and
anyway,
back view right here.
There you go, front and back.
Oh, nice.
So if you want a Cain Pole jersey,
Give us a shout.
give us a shout. You can change whatever boat you have. So I have a Triton.
I have a Triton on
Yes,
mine.
but we've done Bullet, we've done Ranger, we've
Procraft.
done Procraft, we've done Javelin,
Skeeter.
we've done Skeeter, right? So it's been
The
good.
bank.
The canoe,
Can we put the bank on it?
the bank,
The bank.
the bank.
I'm a big bank angler.
But actually, we have one for Randy, but somehow his name got misspelled. I apologize, Randy. But it says kymedia.net.
Yes.
And so if you want a Cain Pole jersey, we can change the boat to whatever you want, and then or no boat at all. Right? Some of them have no boat, and because they're a co-angler. So pretty exciting. to have our new jerseys in, and we will be selling. So awesome, $50 for a jersey.
OTD?
Out the door,
Out
$50.
the door.
Right? So if you want one, there you go.
Hey, rumor has it
Yep.
that there's a little bit of special guest tonight.
Really?
Maybe.
Wow. We have the infamous,
The infamous Randy.
My-
oh, he's caught. Flipped around.
my trifecta. Oh,
Look
my
at him.
trifecta series partner,
Oh, wrong way. Point it that way.
Kenny Harden, is here.
The.
Is here live in our studio, and we're excited.
Look at Randy. Randy looks good today.
We're going to bring him up in a little while and
Randy
talk
looks
about.
young.
We're going to bring up in a little while and talk about a little bit about his favorite
Don't have a
baits.
clue what you're
I don't
talking
have
about,
a
do
clue
you?
what I'm talking about, but no, we're going to talk a little about him fishing and growing up fishing and how he got into fishing and why he loves fishing so much. And we're definitely excited to have him here. So Kenny, thank you for coming up and being with us. I know that you buy a lot from us, and
$1 or two.
we help you out as much as possible in the series you're fishing. And we'll get more to that. But Ian,
Kent,
you got to go fish.
the worst lake in the
No,
state.
no, you did not. Stop saying that. You got to go fish the Kentucky
Infamous.
High School State Championship
Correct.
on Kentucky Lake. I think you had to stay between the dam and
Paris.
Paris.
What's the name of the bridge? Not the 6880. You can go past that one. The
Yep.
30-something bridge. Whatever.
Okay,
It's the Paris
that
bridge.
and you could not go past the bridge inside the canal to go to Barkley, right?
Negative.
And so you went down there, pre-fished for a couple days, had a 2-day tournament,
Yeah.
and how many boats?
They took the top 90 boats in the state. So you
Yep.
had to qualify to get to it.
All right, and you finished what?
16th.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we had another team from our school finish 23rd, Sam and John.
Yep.
Congrats to them too.
There you go. Look at that big pick.
That was day 2 of the tournament. We had such a fun. We probably caught 40 fish that day.
That's awesome.
And then that was one from practice. And I really, to tell you the truth, I really dreaded going down to Kentucky
Yeah.
Lake because it was like freshman year when we qualified. It just wasn't a fun experience. I mean, the experience was great. It was
Right,
fun. You learned
right.
a lot, but it didn't fish good. Kentucky
caught a
Lake.
lot of fish?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Over the weekend, it's stupid how many fish we caught. Look at that. Would happen to be old shad sticking down one's mouth. I caught. Skipped old chattering stick up under a dot, wham! But you know,
Ian and his
dude, we
famous-
had
Dude, is this a bunch of Ian pictures?
Mostly Ian.
Wow.
we had a
He is wearing,
fantastic.
hey, the other kid is wearing the cane pole.
Yeah, where's yours?
Where's your cane pole?
I was repping my wonderful DNL tackle, my boy.
Yeah,
they
that's okay.
helped me out a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome.
So, dude, we had such a fun time. We in practice day 1. Oh, I wish I sent the video.
Yeah.
There was 4 or 5 foot rollers. Wind was
Right.
coming straight from the south, and you can't do nothing like that. So we stayed close for most of the morning, and throughout the day the wind kind of died, and we ran up the way a good bit, close to the 68 bridge, and
Yeah.
we found one condensed pocket of fish, the only place we could get bit consistently by good fish. You could go around the whole lake and find 14, 15
Right.
inchers, but the only pocket we were getting bit consistently by good fish. And we were skipping docks and flipping buckbrush. That was our main pattern going into it. And we were pretty set in stone. That's what we were going to do. So day 1 of the tournament, we made the run up there. It was like 4th flip in the morning. I caught that big one. It went like 3 through 6, 3,
Yeah.
something like that, something up there. And I flipped in the dock. It wasn't in the water 5 seconds. Went whoop, set the hook, and just had him tongue hooked.
Awesome.
Not really awesome. Gave us an 8-ounce dead fish penalty.
Well, you know, it
But-
happens.
Yeah, it's happened. I mean, we did it all G-juice. We poured some
Yeah.
carbonated drink down its throat, trying to get the bleeding to stop. It just
Couldn't make it.
Yeah, it's hot. It's just you can't do much about it. We
I
tried our
understand.
best. It hurts killing a fish.
Yeah.
Ended up after the penalty, we had like 10-1 on the
Right.
first day, sitting in 24th going out, and we came out. And coincidentally, our boat number was 24 in the tournament, so we were kind of sitting where we were. We went out, and next morning we went up, and I didn't think the fish would hold because we were fishing a pocket, 50-yard pocket, and pulled up, and I didn't get bit on like the first 4 docks. Came up, I caught a good one. Kyle caught a good one. No, Kyle jumped off a real good one, like a 3.5 on a fluke. and we started venturing out after he got that bite on the fluke. We started trying to switch it up and find a little something different.
Right.
So I picked up a wacky worm throughout the day and was skipping some of the docks with that, and we just kind of evaluated on what we had and reassessed it. And
we're getting pretty detailed. Do you want to tell us where you stood on the boat too, and like how you positioned it? I'm kidding.
For lunch, what kind of underarm deodorant?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I was using Old Spice deodorant.
Okay, anyway.
And then
oh my goodness.
for
All right,
lunch,
that's enough.
we were eating, every day our lunch go-to was chicken sandwich with some mayo and 2 pieces of cheese on it.
Oh, awesome. Good, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody wanted to know that, right?
If you want to like give us some chicken, it'd be
That's
greatly
right.
appreciated.
Hey, so the store's been slammed. We've had the Pay Lakes are rocking.
Booming, baby.
They are 7 lakes, Reeds. I think
Tim's,
yeah,
and Callaway, and
yep. They're starting to heat up. It's getting there. You know, when it gets about 70 degrees and higher, it's going to get rocking, right? And it's they've been slammed, and so we've been selling a ton of live bait here, and excited about that, and everybody coming in. So that's been awesome. What we said tonight is certainly we got Kenny Harden on the show. We're excited to see that, and we are certainly going to talk a little bit about what his growing up in fishing and things like that. So we'll spend a lot of time doing that. But what we want to highlight is some new things that we have, some new products that we got in. Some of these are a little late just because the nature of shipping and manufacturing right now is very difficult. And it's hard to get a lot of things, but we certainly have a couple of new things. So first off, I want to give Mark Southern from Bad Boy Jigs introduced me to Ryan Trammell. He is another, I should say, bait painter, right? Or is painting baits, craftsman, and he has done some awesome baits for us. The ones that you actually brought up here are the Spro MDs.
Little John.
Little Johns, and so I don't know if you can.
Can't see that one.
Well, I just knocked that one off. You don't have to pull it up. It's fine. So we've got here. Oh, man, I am not coordinated tonight at all. Just throw it up here. I'm done. Okay.
That went in the coffee cup.
Okay. So anyway, we've got this really cool. I mean, just some really nice looking baits. I know it's kind of hard. Can you zoom in, Randy? Can you get into the
what I have in my hand
mode?
Might be the most beautiful bluegill color I've ever seen.
It is a gorgeous bluegill color.
I'm going to wait on a little bit of zoom in action before I show her off here.
Well, we're trying to zoom.
Look
Oh,
here.
there they are.
Oh, yeah.
So look at that crawl. Well, we were there.
Hold on.
But,
There we go.
okay, there's our nice, awesome crawl color. We got what we call like a midnight blue, right, which is cool. We got our
Red crawl?
basically a red crawl, right? So you can see all these right here.
What is that? What would you call that?
It's interesting that you say that. I think I would call it,
Speckled trout.
no, it is kind of a white. I mean, it is. It's kind of like a. Are we zoomed out again?
Can we get?
You zoom
Yeah,
in?
thank
There you go. There's a.
Oh,
white.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's a pastel color.
It's
Pastel.
It's like a,
That's what it's called, pastel.
A shad type color.
And then we
certainly
have
the
purple pony.
The purple pony. Okay, and then what do you got over there?
I've got a kind of light crawdad color here.
It's like a phantom crawl.
like a phantom crawl, green crawl
Yeah.
type deal. Can you see it? We got a little glare action going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little dark, kind of translucent crawdad looking deal. I don't know what you would call this, but that is straight beautiful. It's kind of got like a purple, like a PB&J look to it with some blue
It's got an
accents
orange belly.
in it. Yeah,
Right.
orange belly.
Like a green
specks.
crawl
Yeah.
with the orange belly, would you say?
It
Something
kind of
like
looks
that?
really good.
Yeah.
And then we have the most beautiful bluegill bait
I know
I've
you
ever
love that
seen.
bluegill bait.
It is, oh, the camera doesn't even do it justice, dude. It's just a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Ooh, hold your hand up.
So all of these are $12.99, and we've got a host of colors. We got some more back there as well, but they're all $12.99 custom painted Spro MDs. They are the knockoff Spro MDs. They're not the actual Spro MDs. I will say
blanks,
that.
yeah.
Right? These are blanks. They're not the clear series, but yeah, certainly big shout out to Ryan Trammell for painting those for us and dropping them off.
While
So-
we're on the Spro and the
Yeah,
MD, you want to
sure.
go over the new ones?
Yeah, so a few new ones. I know that people had these before. I'm just now, they're coming in, starting to slowly come in, but these are the new micro DDs. So if you can see, once again, Randy, these are the micro DDs that run 8 to 10 feet. They're similar to the Spro MD. They are the Little John, but they're the Little John DD 45s. So instead of the 55s, they got a little bit smaller profile, running 8 to 10 feet. So if you want that little smaller bait, and they're not eating on the gizzard shad, they're eating a little bit smaller, this is a great bait. It comes in like we've got a Phantom or a Red River craw, right, like this. And then we have a
cellmate, which is in my hand.
The nasty shad.
The nasty shad.
Right? And then what else you got
shad.
there? Citrus shad, cellmate.
And cellmate.
Right.
While we're on this, actually, I caught 2 smallmouth on it.
Did you?
On Kentucky Lake. We pulled up to we were fishing some shell rock, just trying to target, just find something different.
It is a lot smaller,
Yeah.
right?
And I caught a few.
It's a good looking bait.
I was on a chartreuse black bat, regular DD 55, and I caught a few on it, and I just wanted to get something that'd get down a little
It's
more.
almost like a finesse crankbait,
Exactly.
right? You know?
I wanted something that'd get down a little more. We're fishing like 8 to 10 categories,
Right.
so I got it down there, and I caught a few on it. Just I couldn't find the right size. I know people caught them cranking, but
Right.
us, we just
It's a good looking bait,
good.
man. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it.
Absolutely.
What else from? We got the Essential Series, a couple of different things. So we got the Roku Shad 75, 5/8 ounce, new rattle traps. I call them rattle
Lipless.
traps, but they're lipless
Same
crankbaits.
deal.
And you can see these. This is the green shiner. I think it looks
Kinda
kind of
looks
blue,
blue, yeah.
but it is actually green. And the reason why it does that is because we
this
have
is
a green screen.
and I didn't
okay,
think about
so
that.
we don't have it. And so watch this. Oh, see how weird that looks? Welcome to the green screen.
Flip around here.
And then I think is there a lake behind us today?
What's behind us?
What do we got? Lake Rebo right here, this beautiful place. Yep, okay. And then, this is gonna look weird, but anyway, that's the craw.
Fish stand up.
It's swimming in the water. So, anyway, well, it goes this way. Okay, starts over here, goes like this. Okay, anyway,
Big
so we
bass.
got those. And here's what I'm excited about. I'm gonna tell you. So, we started selling R-Trip floats last year.
whippy.
And the R-Trip floats were really around catfish floats, right? They got the, what they call the R-Trip series, which is basically your traditional kind of R-Trip float. And then you have, nice job, Ian, knocking off more baits. So you can't blame me anymore. So we have R-Trip floats, and basically you have the 12-inch, which is the big cat, and then you have a 10-inch, and then you have
Super
an
cat.
8-inch, and a 6-inch, and a 6-inch
And
is
a
like the
fat boy.
like a stealth. And then you have the Fat Boy series, which is a 5-inch, 7-inch, and 9-inch. Big Fat Boy series for those big,
Buddy, I'm excited
big
about
baits.
these.
But I was talking to Byron last year, and he said that he was working on some really cool crappie floats. And we finally got them in. And let me show you how cool this float looks. It is exactly like the
can't see
traditional
that.
R-Trip float. That's a stealth. Okay, so this is just like. All right, so check this out. It's called the Crappie Killer. Oh man, it's way over here. Dang, it's right in front of Ian. So anyway,
Good, I'm
this
beautiful.
is the Crappie Killer, and it looks just like the R-Trip float, and it's just a little 3-inch guy.
I saw that.
And it's got a little brass weight, runs $4.99, and I understand it's, you're gonna say that's high for a float, but man, what a great
For these floats,
looking
it's not.
float, and they're nice, and you're not gonna bang them up all the time against the rocks. The reason though, let me get that float right there.
It's the same.
No, it's not the same.
All 3 of these are
So,
different.
okay, so these are the same. So let me explain why these are different. I'm gonna get over here next to you, Ian. So, okay, I can't. You got a green float, Ian. I can't show the green float.
And you got a green bait.
Okay, so I didn't get it. I didn't pick any of these baits out. You
Pretend
did.
it's blue.
Okay, so I know you're not gonna see this, but here's the point. Right here, if you notice the way this is like done, it kind of goes to a brass, comes up, and then kind of goes really thin, a lot thinner. The reason for that on the catfish floats is that it casts better. It casts like a bullet. And also, it handles the wind better because of the fat bottom. It handles the wind a lot better. So this is the kind of float that you would use if it's kind of windy. This float, which I know you can't see, it looks completely blue, and I apologize.
I'll show you.
Right? So if you take this, it kind of rounds and goes straight to a point. This is more your finesse float. So if it's
Stealth.
really not windy at all, you got really, static water, I
You can
should
show
say.
it over there.
Right?
You should toss them.
Yep. So then that's it right there. And then let me show this to Randy, this one. There you go. All right. And so if you look at this one, all right, because of our green screen, I apologize. That one, now you can kind of see the green one has like a kind of a thicker body up top, and it's more of a finesse float, where the other one's more of handles the wind a little better. It's got more mass at the bottom. Okay. So a couple different crappie floats. We've sold a ton of them already. I've already replaced the order, so excited about that.
And what we have here, we have 3 different sizes. This is the more traditional. You can use this one either as a slip, or you can use a little toothpick as a peg.
Yep. So the advantage of these are, all right, and you're going to have to zoom up really good on these because these are small crappie floats. These are just called your traditional stick floats. A lot of times they use stick floats on like a cane pole or something, but basically this is a really small float profile, and you can put it, you can use it as a slip float if you want, but the thing about this is I'm fishing just like 3 feet deep, 2 feet deep, I'm not fishing a lot, and then you can move it up and down, and basically when you put your line through, you put this stick in, right, and then that's what keeps the line right there.
Green one,
So here it is, all right, and I got 3 different sizes right here. So this is the smallest, and I'm showing your 2 sizes, and you picked another green float for some reason. I don't understand
I love
why
the color
you continue
green.
to do it. I'm scooting over here closer to you.
How you doing?
Right? How you doing? Anyway, how you doing? All right. So anyway, so yes.
No.
Super excited, baby.
We
About
are
all
super
these floats.
Somebody said, Robert Gibson said it looks really close to Northern Secret.
Yes.
This
that
one,
one, okay.
yes, the Northern Secret Mega Bass Bait. Correct. Hey, guess what? Some people have been asking for these. Gosh, I can't believe it's already 7:20. They've been asking for these, and these are the new Savage Gear Salamanders.
Yeah.
Great.
Me and you, we seen those at the show.
Great in the creek, and also, how about a Ned rig?
Show them a less toxicity.
Right? And so watch this.
That's a big word. Oh, you can't see it. Down.
Oh, sorry. Whoop.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Right? So this is the new Savage Gear Salamander.
Buddy, that looks good.
Right? Looks awesome. What a great, and I'm going to tell you, man, you think, but baits like these, big, fat, big lizards, things that are like, look attacking, are great things to fish in the bed.
Especially on the bed.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right in the bed. So these are great finesse baits to be fishing right in the bed with them.
Buddy, you drop this old doohickey down
I mean,
on
what
the
do you
bed
think?
on
Ned
the
rig, Ned rig,
Oh,
or
buddy.
you can either use a small, ball head if you wanted to. Anything like that
Yeah.
would be something neat to put that on.
You
I think
take
you
his
could use
deal-
a really small shaky head, but
Yeah,
the
but-
problem is the shaky head you usually want a 3/0 hook. I mean, you have to get a really
That's
small.
what I'm saying, dude. You put
So-
this old deal on a Ned rig. Savage Gear makes a great Ned head too.
They
by
do,
the way.
and here's the thing about the Ned head with Savage Gear. A lot of hooks just go in, and you got the hook keeper, the bait
built
keeper,
in.
and it's built in. Where this is built in too, but on the Savage Gear one it actually pinches.
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of put it
Slip it
under
up
and
and
it
it holds.
pinches it, and it holds it really well. So if you haven't tried the Savage Gear Ned heads, that's another one to try if you want to try a different Ned than using the
Smell it.
because. Yeah, it smells like nasty Ned Salamander. It's salted and scented, it says.
Nasty
How about
Ned
that?
Salamander.
So, scent infused
my
to
nickname.
trigger feeding and aggression. So if I eat this, what am I?
Eat it,
am I
kid. Try
triggering?
it. Take a bite.
No, it's okay.
No, take a bite.
No,
Please.
I'm good, thanks.
I double dog dare you.
No.
Triple
I don't
dog
want
dare
to
you.
bite a plastic.
Well, you did it before on the show. You bit a grape jelly worm and said it tasted
That is
like
not,
grape.
you can bite through that. I'm not going to bite through
I
elastic.
bite through it.
Anyway, we didn't bring a whole lot out tonight because I know we got Kenny on the show. Ian, is there anything else going on coming up? We've got the NBT this weekend on Saturday.
yes, actually,
the
real quick.
Casting for Kids tournament is this Saturday on Yatesville. And then the top 10 go to Paintsville Lake to fish there for quite a bit of money. And then when we're sponsoring that, we've got 50 rods and reels that we donated to the kids up there. So that was pretty awesome. And then let's see what else. You've
There's
got
the Clay and Kim Dyer Ministries
Yes.
Bass Open,
Right.
that is this Saturday at Green River Site 1. The payout it's going to pay out 5 spots, $2,000 to the first place, $1,000 second, 500 third, 250 to fourth, and 125 to fifth place. And any proceeds are going to be donated to the local high school and the local university, which would be Campbellsville University.
Right.
Which high school? I'm not sure what.
Garrett,
What it
is Garrett? Who?
Probably Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Taylor. Yeah. It's going to be a good tournament. It's going to be 6:30 to 2:30, which is safe flight to 2:30.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be a busy tournament. So if you're going to
Yeah.
Green River this weekend,
Be safe and watch out.
they're going out of
Site
Site
one.
1 ramp.
It'll be a busy
large
ramp.
tournament, busy ramp. There's 2 tournaments
MBT's
going on
going out
there.
of Site 1 too.
Yeah, so be ready for that. Is there any big tournaments on Cumberland this weekend?
I hope not. That lake needs a break, buddy.
It does need a break. It's been
That
hammered.
thing's about
So,
petered out.
Anyway, let's see. What? What are y'all laughing at? Me?
Yep.
Or your hair?
Just the
This
Ian,
me.
I know.
got a new mirror just for Ian's hair.
Yeah,
Mirror,
I
mirror
know.
on the wall.
Go ahead and finish it.
Tell me where the bass lie. I need one.
Anyway, hey, so Ian,
Kent.
I love you,
No, I'm not leaving. Nope.
I love
Nope.
you very much.
Nope, I'm not leaving.
but
The Campbell Fishing Show, Ian Hurd and Kent Lewis.
it is, but it's not going to be in Herd right now, all right? It's going to be our special guest tonight. that
Kenny,
drove
where
all the
did
way
he
here,
go?
and I wanna give him time.
Kenny.
So
Harden.
let's take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few seconds, and I'll have Kenny Harden up on the show. Peace.
It never works
Later.
that good. He's gonna.
Okay, you see this place? This place here. It's the Cain Pole, the place you should be getting all of your bait and tackle. The latest in fishing technology, lures, reels, rods, line, and of course, bait, crickets, shiners, goldfish, frozen bait, and worms of all kinds. Too much to mention it all. Check out the Cain Pole on Facebook, or come on by and let us show you how to catch more fish, because catching fish is fun. The Cain Pole in Southern Hills Plaza, Richmond, KY.
Kenny Harden,
What do you say, Kent? How's it going, buddy?
what are you doing, buddy?
Hanging out.
Man, thanks for coming up today.
Thanks
You've come
for
up
the
a
invite.
bunch. I know it's a drive, but man, let me just start off by saying I have had such a great time fishing the last 2 trifecta tournaments with you.
Yes, sir.
We have gotten down there super early. We're both like that, right? We get in like
Yeah.
first or second boat out of there. We
For
get our
sure.
boat in the water, whether we're cold or not. I know the first tournament you were freezing.
I was froze.
The second tournament was good. I know that the first tournament, I feel like we had a pretty good plan, what we wanted to do. I think the second tournament, we were waffling a little bit
Kind of got thrown
and
a curveball.
kind of throwing a curveball, but we somehow figured it out and managed to get a top 20.
Yep.
In the first tournament, we got a top 12,
Yes. Yep.
and we're currently sitting 7th in the points race. So we've got a big tournament next weekend.
I'm ready.
Yep, then we got to go figure them out, right? A little different bite coming up.
It's gonna be a little
so
different.
it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. So we'll get down there and do a little pre-fishing, but it's been a really good time, and man, we've caught some fish, haven't we?
We have. We've had a little bad luck. We had a good bag, top 12. We had a.
And we lost. I lost a
probably
fish that day.
You know, that's probably a
right?
5 or 6 pounder.
Yep,
3 foot
that
from
I
the
lost
boat.
at the boat. Yep, and then the second tournament,
I
you
break
lost a
one
good
off,
one,
you know,
breaking because
yeah,
you were
so-
jerking hard on 7-pound line.
So I do like to fish light line.
It's okay.
Always have.
It's good though.
So a good friend of mine, everybody probably knows him, the Smoke, Brian Thrift. So me and him was talking. He says, light line anywhere is good
Yeah,
because you got to get the fish to bite before you worry about breaking him off.
that's right.
Well,
That's fair enough.
so that's what I do. Even I went to Gunnersville in 2013 for the regional of the BFL, and I was fishing 12-pound test
Yep.
at Gunnersville. A lot of people told me I was crazy, but it paid off.
Yep.
You know, I think I finished third, went to the All-American, so light line pays off.
Light line pays off. Well, you know, you're right. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I fished 10 pound just because I fished Cumberland and the Rocks and Harrington and,
Yep.
you know, I leader, fluorocarbon leader. But hey, I know I asked you to get some of your favorite baits. Hey,
Yep.
speaking really quick though, we got to tell this story. So we started off the second tournament Okay, the first tournament we fished pretty clean,
Yes.
except for the one
The
fish.
one fish.
We fished pretty clean. All of us,
Yes.
we got our fish in, and it was pretty good. The second tournament didn't start off so good.
No.
Okay, we started pretty close to where we took off, and I made a first cast, and within about 5 seconds, right, something absolutely slammed it. I start reeling it in. It gets wrapped around the trolling motor. Then I have to raise the trolling motor and try to stick my rod through the back of the trolling motor. Somehow I got that out, right? You probably look like I was a monkey up there trying to get this rod through. What the best part is that we were about what? Like 7 or 9 or something?
Yeah, somewhere
and here comes like all these boats passing us while I'm sitting here trying to like put a rod through the trolling motor and all this play, and I'm like flailing everywhere. And you're like, man, I got the net, I got it. And I'm like getting it, and I finally, it's under the boat, and I come up, and it's like a 5-6 pound hybrid.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed, but we netted it. Then the jerkbait got all in the net, right? And then the hybrid was a mess, so we finally got the hybrid out, and then the jerkbait's in there, and then finally, I'm like, forget it, I'm just gonna cut it off. So then I cut the hooks, get the hooks out. Now I got to replace hooks, so I'm now sitting on there, and I'm anxious to go fishing because we just caught one, you know, just a fish, period. You're running the trolling motor. I'm trying to use my split ring pliers and try to get new hooks on my jerkbait. So finally, I get that done, and I look over. I'm like, I got it, right? So I get ready to tie it on, and I go over, and when I get tied on, I shut my rod locker and snap 4 inches off my jerkbait rod. So then I'm like, now I got to cut the jerkbait off, take the reel off, put it on another jerkbait rod, get it put on, and then finally, I think after like 20 minutes, I get to fish again.
You know, and that was 3 minutes after blast off when all that took place.
Yeah, it was early.
I mean, we cranked up.
It was a first cast.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We didn't have far to go. I found some fish down there weekend before, and they were there.
They were there, but then. Did you notice, like, we were fishing, and then it just, like, died. Like, it was gone.
That quick.
That bite, we caught, like, 4, 5, 6, 7 fish in a row, and then it was dead. And we fished that place 2 or 3 times. And we couldn't get there. Yeah, probably so. I was probably jumping around in front of the boat. So, anyway, but, hey, man, tell me, we've talked a little bit about this, you and I, but tell me a little bit about, like, as a whole, what got you into fishing? Dad, parents, grandparents, whatever. How did you get into fishing? Where you grew up? I know you grew up around here. Where you're at now? What your plans are? I know that you got some big news.
Yes.
This last time we were on the boat, you got it right before that, so we were excited and celebrating that. So tell us a little bit about your story. Going from here to where you are now and kind of where you want to go.
Yeah, I started out right here in Richmond, Kentucky. I was born and raised here, lived here all of my life except for the last 27 years when I got married and moved away
You're
from
only
here.
29, right?
Close.
So, okay.
Close.
Okay.
Actually, I started out, my uncles really got me fishing. Uncle Bill really got me into it. Started out carp fishing at Mason Lake. I'm not sure what the name of it is now, but it's changed. It's still open. Then I got into bass fishing a few ponds, and then I started wade fishing Silver Creek. I'm sure if anybody's from around here, they know where Silver Creek is.
Exactly.
I've got many miles up and down that creek. Pond fishing around here used to be superb. I mean, it was lights out around here in ponds. Then I started tournament fishing with another uncle of mine, Uncle Wayne. Probably I was somewhere around a 10-ish, 11-year-old. And just, man, I love the sport. Very competitive. And you probably know that on a boat. I don't say 25 words when I'm fishing. I'm fishing. I fish to win every tournament.
Right.
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen.
It's happened, though.
It's happening.
I mean, listen, Van Dam is one of the greatest fishermen ever, right?
Right.
And he's batting like,
he's a little sluggish right now.
You know, but 100. He's you know, of all the tournaments he's fished, it's not like he's batting 800, right? He's batting like 200 or 150. Sure. It's not like, it's hard. That's why when somebody wins one, right? It's awesome.
It's awesome.
You know,
that's right. Yeah. I won a tournament 2 years ago with my son in the boat. We fished a Fishers of Men on Green River Lake, which is my home lake, you might say. And that was probably one of the greatest moments in fishing, period. You win one with your son in the boat, you're on the same team. I don't think no matter what I do from here on out in my career, I don't know what's going to happen, but man, what a feeling. I'll go back and I'll look at them pictures, you know. But yeah, going back to the big news, I work for Calhoun Construction. I'm a project superintendent there, and we had a little conversation. I will be fishing either the BASS Opens or the Toyota Series next year on the Pro Division.
It's exciting.
They have agreed to let me off to chase my dream. You know, I've dreamt this all my life, as all fishermen do. You know, if you're competitive and you want to go to that next level, no matter where you start at. I don't know how it's going to pan out. We'll see. It may not be no gas.
Right.
But good Lord willing, I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll give it 110%. These guys are good.
Yeah.
I mean, them guys that fish them series, they're top notch. But I'm gonna give them something to shoot for.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, listen, you got to be confident going out there. It's just like any sport. If you go out there and you're not confident, then
Right.
you know you can't compete. You know what I mean? And
it's a big deal. It's a big deal to me to be able to make that leap. Got a lot to learn.
yeah, well, I mean,
Electronics is going crazy out of this world. Randy and I was talking about it earlier before the show. If I don't know, it's just something about the 360, the live scope, live imaging. I mean, it's just there, and if you don't know it, it's going to be hard to compete with these guys. And you know where I like to fish, and it's not out there.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out into my game. A lot of learning to do, but we'll get there.
What boat do you have now?
I'm running a Ranger,
Okay.
520.
And you're running what electronics?
I'm running Humminbirds.
Okay.
Yeah, Humminbird. I've been running Humminbird since '06. So.
You think it's hard? Like, I know guys that have switched from Humminbird to Lowrance to Garmin. Is it just people get used to it? Like, I'm so used to my Lowrance units, right? And it's nothing against Humminbird, and I'm not saying Garmin's not better in certain areas. I'm just saying I'm so used to it that I just don't want to go learn a new unit.
Yes, and that's the very reason I don't have the the Garmin Live Scope now.
Yep.
So I about pulled a trigger on
Panoptics,
it.
yep.
I called and talked to my electronic man. He says, Hummingbird's coming out with this. Do you really want to learn another unit?
Right.
Well, I'm not very smart on computers. And I'm like, well, no, I'll just wait instead of learning a whole nother system versus what I got.
Right.
So we'll see. That's supposed to come out in, I think the last update I got was August. That's supposed to come out. Hummingbird's supposed to come out in August. So when it comes out, we'll put it on and see what happens.
Well, that's exciting.
And
Better go out and learn it. Right.
Yeah, I got to get a.
Hey, which goes back to the ultimate thing about fishing. It's all about time on the water.
Absolutely.
Okay? The more time you spend on the water, because you learn something new every time you go.
Yes.
Right? However, they always say, don't fish history to some degree. I know that people keep logs and they go, hey, this is the same time of year, it was also cloudy, and it was also 48 degrees, and this, and you can look back, and I'm not saying that doesn't work or give you an idea.
Yeah.
But a lot of times what will happen, and I know I'll be going down the lake, and I'll be like, oh, let's hit that point. We're going to go to Wolf Creek, right, on Cumberland.
Right.
Or we're going to go up the river, but then we're going to go, hey, we caught fish over there by that dot, let's go there. And then you hit, and you never make it to your destination because you stopped at you get all these places where you used to catch fish. And you got to look at the conditions and think, hey, the fish aren't there. We know they're not shallow, so don't go hit a bunch of shallow places.
Right.
They used to hit, but it's hard.
It's hard not to. And
then you get to a point where maybe you don't even know where to go.
Yep, because you get so tied up in what happened then versus what's going on now in the water.
Right.
And we seen at the last tournament, Kent, the fish bite will change within 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
You know, we hit this stretch. I found these fish the weekend before we went. We went down there. We didn't even pre-fish the spot.
No.
We made our decision that morning, actually before takeoff.
About 5 minutes.
Yes, and we said we're going to go here, and we wasn't there no time. We had 4 fish in a boat, and then all of a sudden, slam.
That's it. And
Lights
we
is
fished
out.
the crap out of it
was
again,
over.
and we
Yep.
never could catch them
No,
again.
it was over. That bite went away. We tried it several different places. That bite
Right.
went away, and we had to adjust, and I think we done.
So,
we done well.
how odd is this? Then what do? We go over to another spot, and we fish down that bank. And as we're at that spot and we're going down the bank, we caught, right off the bat, you caught a spot.
Yep.
Yeah, it finished our limit. And then we caught 2 more spots. And then we caught another fish. And then we caught more fish the same. And we caught them again and kept catching them, right? We
Yes.
caught them down that bank. And so we get down the bank. We decided, let's go fish it again, right? So we fish all the way back again.
Yep.
To the point. And then, or we fished a little bit to that section. And then, did we go back again? We did.
Yeah. So
We went back again
Yeah,
and
go-
caught.
that boat.
That's
remember
right.
that
Well, we
boat
went
come in?
back again to the end. And then as we were coming up, that boat came in
Yep.
and said, hey, how you guys doing? And said, well, and he goes, all we've caught is small fish down there.
Yep.
And that's all I'm not saying we caught. We caught a couple of good, nice spots.
Yeah.
But then we
Nothing
go
big.
down, and then, within next 10 casts, I catch a, 4.5?
4-4. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
4, and put it in the boat, and we never caught another fish on that bank.
That was it.
That was it.
It just quit.
We caught all those small fish, and then another small fish, and those guys were catching small fish, and then just like that, we caught a 4.5.
Yep.
So I think, look at that. How cool is that? Is that a good
I'm
view?
one with it, and I'm not even there.
Ian is on camera without being here.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, man.
So, anyway, man, what a set. Look at this beautiful set.
High dollar. We made a lot of improvements.
This is
here.
Yes,
a lot
that's
of
good.
improvements
In
at
that
the old
5-second
Cain
break,
Pole
we made it
Studios.
Yep.
So, it's pretty, it's dynamic. And I know that I've been on the water and not knowing what to do. I mean, my partner Ed, we were at Douglas Lake one time, and we were just driving. And I was like, we don't know where to go. We are out. Our spots aren't working. I don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. And we were driving down the lake, and we were going to Indian Creek. We said, let's go to the rocks. That's where we love to fish. Let's try to get our confidence back.
Right.
We were going down the lake, and I looked over, and wind was blowing, right? I mean, it was rough. But I saw this like one pocket. It was like positioned where the wind wasn't hitting it. It was like completely just died. And so I said, I just made this big U-turn. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm pulling one of my Kent stunts. And we went over there, and we fished that point and that bank for the next 2 straight days and caught 24 pounds off of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes decisions are drastic, and sometimes, but it's just like Harrington,
Yeah.
we did. We
Yeah.
went straight over to that bank, and we didn't know. We were going to guess.
Yes. I mean,
We were heading up the lake.
where we was at had died, which
Yeah.
we was very shallow at that time.
I still don't understand why they were there,
No. Well,
but it makes no sense to me. But I guess that's why it's fishing. Sometimes,
you need to fish. You need to fish the moment.
Yeah.
And you watch these pros. I was talking to Randy earlier. I've watched every Bass Elite Series tournament that's ever been on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask my wife. She's like going crazy over DVR because I got them all DVR. And you can go back and watch them, and I'll go back and watch, and I'll study the lake they're fishing. And a lot of times when their bite dies, they don't try to repeat that. They'll fish the moment. You'll see them run down the lake, and all of a sudden you'll see them go left, or you'll see them go right, and they'll start catching fish.
Yeah.
They fish in the moment instead of fishing.
You
the
have to.
pattern.
All right. You just got to kind of
sure.
go with your gut. And there was a college fisherman one time said it really well. If you start to panic and you start just running all over the place trying to catch fish, it's not going to work.
Nope.
You have to settle down and say, look, I love being out here. I love being on the water. And if you don't like being out here and just enjoying this,
You're in trouble.
what you're doing, it's hard. And you've got to love it. You've got to say, I love being on the water. I love fishing, whether I'm catching fish or not. And you got to just commit, But, it's hard because you sit there and go, I'm going to commit to this bite, and you're not catching anything. You got to be able to and that's what makes these guys so good.
I don't
All right?
know how many hours I've got on the water. It's untelling.
Well, with 29, I mean, you can't have that many.
And
right?
I have fished, well, that's true.
8.
I have 29 holding.
That's right.
I have fished, I'm sure anybody else will admit it, numerous hours, with one bite.
Right.
Maybe 0. I started out as a co-angler in the BFLs, and I have fished behind them guys and never get a bite.
You learn a
Days
lot.
on end.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you don't love it, you're not going to make it.
That's right.
You've got to love it.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
It's hard. I mean, there's some days you're not going to catch them.
There's nothing easy about this sport.
Kind of like when we pre-fish, isn't it?
Yes.
You save your big fish for the
I
tournament
do.
day.
I try
always.
my best. But I always like to try something different.
Yeah.
You know, I like what you doing your thing, and then I'll throw on some kind of different bait.
Right.
And if I'm not getting bit, so be it. Come tournament day, I know if Kent's caught him on this, come tournament day, if I'm not getting bit, I'm switching.
Right.
That's what we got to do as a team.
No,
You know.
you're absolutely spot on. So I asked you during the day a little bit to go, and we usually do a Randy session, like a knowledge session. He goes and grabs like 5 or 6 random baits because he doesn't know anything about fishing. He just wants to eat. So usually we send him and go
Get some
to get some baits. But today what I asked you to do is grab a few of your favorite baits, talk a little bit about them. I know you're sponsored by Bad Boy. I know you're sponsored by Vicious.
Yep.
And us and others. So why don't we talk a little bit about some of your favorite baits?
Okay.
Time of year you like to fish them. So I see some over I like already because I've got them. So
Let's start out with this, the Bad Boy Jigs.
yeah, good old Mark Southern.
Good old Mark Southern. He makes a very awesome jig. I use this jig particularly. A green pumpkin and a black and blue that's my colors. I'll use it from all year.
Small fact, did you know, Mark Southern will tell you this, that more, did you want to see it like that? Yep. So Mark Southern will tell you that most, I think there's a percentage, and he's going to maybe correct me, but I think he said majority of the world like record and some of the record fish that have been caught on jigs have been on black and blue.
Black and
right?
blue, absolutely.
So definitely excited about that.
Yep.
Okay, so Bad Boy Jigs, Mark Southern, we carry their full round, which Mark, I got to order some more jigs and black and blue. So
Yes.
Specific weight, 3/8.
I throw a 3/8 99% of the time. If I go any heavier than that, that's because I'm out deep and it's
Okay.
a football head.
Okay, gotcha.
But 3/8,
Is where you sit.
and I produce my fall rate with the trailers that I use.
Okay, that's a good point, right? So what trailers do you like to use?
I use a Zoom, and then I also use this one. It's made by Tack Pack Fishing, another sponsor of mine. This is called the Hog Snatcher. If I can get it out of here. This is the white. I didn't grab it. They got all kinds of colors. This is a great bed fishing, sight fishing bait. I will throw it on a shaky head or a net head
Yeah.
because these float. I'm telling you, they float. I think I showed in.
So let me clarify just so everybody. This is the Tack Pack products. We carry them here. I know they are slammed. We're trying to get some more
Yes.
here with the. We'll talk a little bit about the salty sink worms and
Yep.
things like that. But this is the Hog Snatcher Crawl from a Tack Pack, and if you see it, it's shaped like this. And what you're saying is that it floats.
Yes, the buoyancy is incredible.
Right. What's interesting, it's got a really thin profile on the body. Right. Do you cut anything off? Or
I do not.
Okay. You leave it just like this.
Yes.
Okay. Great, and they got a multitude of colors.
Yes.
Great looking, and then Ned rig or even a
Shaky head.
shaky head.
I've caught Carolina rig fish.
I mean,
with
Texas.
it.
It's got a flat bottom, so
Yes.
it'd be a great Texas rig too if you want a Texas rig a crawl.
If anybody likes to punch grass, that's an excellent bait for it. It's slender. It goes through the grass well. A lot of action.
Yeah. And you think
Say
this for this right here, and then what's the zoom bait you use?
I used
Speed
what was
crawl.
them?
Pro chunk.
Yeah, the chunk.
Pro.
Yep.
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 And so you feel like between this and that produces a rate of fall.
The
that
rate
you
of
like?
fall is different.
Okay.
Yes. I'll use these when I want more action.
Yep.
The chunk is just a little more
Subtle.
less action. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Got it. All right. What else we got?
Well, Benz, we're on Attack Pack.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this salty sink.
By the way, Attack Pack makes some amazing crappie stuff too, which I'm
yes.
trying to get, and
We
they are
are-
behind. I've got it right. You've got stuff ordered, but
we've got it. Talked to Brad the other day. He is still like 460,000 baits behind. His orders, I mean, they're coming from everywhere, and
awesome.
he just cannot. He can't get caught up. He's trying. The plasticizers that he used was a shortage on it. It took him forever to get it. So, and he backed up even further.
For those that don't know,
Yeah.
Plastisol that comes
Yes.
out of Texas, there was a major shortage, and a lot of manufacturers kind of had to stop
Yes.
producing baits for a while.
Right.
And it's getting difficult. And it's still, I think it's back now, but it's still not. Yeah.
I mean, they're family owned. They're great people. They love the sport of fishing. They make an awesome bait. I have been with them since 2000 and I think I want to say 6.
God, I can't believe somebody likes you that long.
Well, we don't talk often anymore.
They know better. I think if you pull up the feed,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think,
Go to the comment.
yeah,
Okay.
I think,
Attack Pack fishing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bradley.
Yep.
There's Brad right
Hey,
there.
Brad. Thanks for all you
so,
do, man. Yeah, it's,
But
Mark Southern.
Christopher says micro DDs are the bomb,
Yeah, they're nice.
which I agree with. They're great. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to look. I'm just looking at what some of the posts say really quick. If anybody's got any questions for Kenny, myself, anything, please, send them in right now. We'll answer them live right here on air. So, there's there any questions up further up, Randy? So.
Let me see.
Looks really close to Northern Secret. Welcome, Kenny Harden. Yep, so forth.
Shout out,
Robert. Yep, came and saw us today. Blocks on. Awesome.
Judy Fairlane, welcome.
Okay, so all right, let's keep going, buddy.
all right.
Tack Pack's
I'm
there.
going to throw these salty
salty
sink
sink worms.
Yes.
Hold on. Judy
Yep.
says, Kenny Harden fished as a very young. I'm his mother, and I'd like to take my 3 sons to fish. We'd stay all night.
Absolutely.
Nice.
She got a hook in her eye one night.
Oh, shit.
Yes, my brother hooked her in the eye one night. We was at Silver Creek. I'll never forget it. Was down there. Was catfishing, as a matter of fact.
Oh, shoot.
Yep. Yeah. He come back to make a sling, and she walked behind him, went right up in her eye.
Ugh.
So,
Ouch.
yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, that happened.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, the salty sink worm is by far my favorite plastic. I'll throw it weedless. I'll throw it Texas. I'll throw it on a Carolina rig.
Wacky.
Wacky. You can do about anything you want with this bait.
What do you think? So, I mean, is it float too? Is it
No.
similar? Okay.
So this one sinks.
Yep.
Now, I talked to my buddy Brad. I was going to Chickamauga,
Yep.
and I wanted a certain bait, and it was this style, but I wanted it to float.
Yep.
So I gave Brad a call and told him what I wanted, and Brad produced it.
Awesome.
He had it ready for me to go to the tournament, same as you did. I needed some, matter of fact, I needed some jackhammers.
Yep.
You couldn't find them anywhere in the world, so I had to call my old buddy Kent. Ken, I got to have these. I'm leaving for Chickamauga in it was 2 weeks or
Yep.
something.
And I shipped them to you.
Shipped them to me, had them there on time. That's greatly appreciated. But yeah, this salty sink worm, I can't say enough about it, Ken.
It's a great looking worm, man, and it is. And it is. I thought it had a flat spot on it, but it does not.
No.
Right? It is certainly completely round. Right. It's,
throw it weightless. I throw it most of the time on a 3/16,
yep.
Except for a Gunnersville.
Just dumped them all.
I
out.
just could not get bit with a heavy weight down there on the second day. On the first day, I had 2 fish because we was punching grass,
Right.
and around here we don't punch grass. So I was like 44th place. So I was like, oh man, I went back to the camper. I was all bummed out, and my stepdad Frank was there with me. He said, just go out there and fish. So I went out the second day with my pro, and he said, what do you want to do? I'm not on anything. I said, can we just find some clear water? No grass. I just want to go fish some clean water. I already had in mind what I was going to do. He said, yep, I got one spot. We went and tried that spot. We went to the next spot. It was just wide open water, had a ditch coming through it. I put on the salty sink worm in a watermelon with an 1/8 ounce. Within probably 7 casts, I was calling with that salty sink worm. And
it's you say that, and it's interesting because we all talk about great baits,
Mm-hmm.
and some will say, well, this is a great bait, and I've caught a ton of fish on it. The next guy says, well, I haven't. you know, and I think it's the moment in which you've caught fish,
Yes.
right? And that if you go out and you catch fish and you have that massive confidence that you're going to catch, you're going to fish that bait the way it's supposed to be fished.
Right.
You're going to go and you're going to concentrate harder because you know that you can catch fish on that bait. If you're just slinging it just to sling it, you're not going to do
catch
it.
'em.
And
No.
it's going to be complete luck. So that is awesome. So Attack Pack Products, Brad, thanks for being on.
Yes.
Thanks to Kenny's mom for being on for sure. Okay, what else? You were talking about the jackhammers. Let's just go and talk about them.
here.
That came in pretty good for us on our first tournament.
Yes, caught them well
Yeah.
on this. I use this jackhammer 3/8 ounce, and I use this size only. I have no other size in my
You know,
in
it's
my
interesting
arsenal.
because I sell way more half-ounce baits.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. Half-ounce weight is going to sink a lot faster.
right.
You cannot control it. If it's 3/8, it's going to fall slower.
Right.
If you want it to go deeper, you can always let it sink. Count it down to where you think you want it, then start cranking. If it's half-ounce, it's going to fall a lot faster.
Right.
I got a question for Kenny.
Sure.
What you got?
Swim bait trailer or crawl trailer on your jackhammer?
I'll throw a Zoom style fluke on mine.
Gotcha.
Now I have thrown Kitech on it. A lot of times this blade and the Kitech, a lot of people don't know it. If you watch it real close, this blade will displace the water and the tail don't get a lot of action. Now the way to correct that is you can flip your swim bait upside down and you catch more water and you
Right.
get more action.
Kent, what about you? Crawl or shad type deal?
No, I've been using the Reaction Innovations skinny dipper,
Gotcha.
little dipper on the back of them. And you're right, I turn mine upside down.
Yes. I
So-
don't know. A lot of people don't know that, but it is. I have tested it. It is the truth. If you put your swim bait on correctly, you will not get near the action because the blade of the jackhammer
But once
displaces the
again,
water.
there's all kinds of trailers you can put
Oh,
on there.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
you
you
can
could
put
throw
a lot.
anything
You
on
said
there.
Zoom style fluke. The Big Bite Baits has the Kamikaze
Yep.
trailer that's been really popular, and so that's been great. And so just a lot of a lot
And,
going on.
You know, I know a lot of people that will throw a rage crawl
No,
with their jackhammer.
Yep.
You get a little more action, a little more vibration with the bigger paddles on the crawl. So, I guess it's all in confidence. What you like.
yeah, of course, 100%.
You know, these, even the stick style bait, a lot of people's like, I'm not using anything but zooms, that's what I catch them on,
Yeah,
you know. My line of choice is Vicious. I've been with Greg and Vicious for a long time, 2004 maybe,
Yeah.
I think.
and you fish the Pro Elite, which we
I
have
fished the
here.
Pro Elite. You get it right here at the Cain Pole. As a matter of fact, you can get all this stuff that we're talking about at the Cain Pole. When are you going online? Your store?
Soon,
Okay.
I hope, maybe.
All right.
It's a
Yeah,
big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. It's a lot to do.
It's a lot
but,
to do.
I use Vicious Pro Elite on everything.
I got to play golf with Greg and his wife
Mm-hmm.
down at the Pittman Creek show this past year. We won first in our tournament, which is funny because I've talked about this before. I go to a fishing show because I own a fishing tackle store because I love to fish. And I have won, you know, I feel like I'm decent, right? I mean, I've won some tournaments, right? Won some big tournaments. Ian's laughing.
Yeah,
but I go
that's
down to
Ian.
the fishing show and then I've done okay in the Pittman Creek Cup. Like, I don't, you know, I'm somewhere in the middle both times because I'm not pre-fishing. I just go to go. And it's more about talking to the rep,
Mm-hmm.
whoever you're fishing with. But by gosh, I've won both golf tournaments. Okay, and so at least I can do that. And
that counts.
You know, I guess that's we'll see what happens. But man, Greg, we had a great time. They're great people.
Yes, Greg is a great person.
And we had a
He is.
great time fishing with them. And you love their Pro Elite line.
Yes,
It's a great line, and it's you know, it's cost effective.
it is.
You know, this is a 200-yard spool for $16.99.
Yep.
I think this is 10 pound.
Yes.
You're not spending $26.99.
Right.
So it's a little more cost effective. So if you haven't tried Vicious Elite Pro Elite fluorocarbon, you should come.
Yeah.
Give her a gander.
Give her, for sure.
And I know, listen, we talked about line a couple weeks ago. Man,
Yes.
No, we're all about the
man, line is like bane of my existence
It's-
here
yeah,
at the
it's
store.
crazy.
It is really hard to continue to get everybody's line that they want on the wall. It's so much, right? And so you got your trilene, string guys, and it's just crazy.
Yep.
But anyway, last bait, because I know it's 8 o'clock.
Yep. Last bait is
A mega bait.
the Mega. This come into play our first tournament, second tournament.
Second tournament.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is the +1. I don't throw the +1, but
So
didn't
I
see it
throw
in
the
regular.
+1.
Yes.
And I throw the +1 a lot, especially if we're fishing deeper water, fishing the walls.
Yep.
And sometimes I let you run the front of the boat.
Yep.
And I'm kind of,
Long
you know,
lining,
I'm
yep.
long lining and throwing a jerk bait just to fish a different water column.
Yes.
You know, and try to find something different and see. The problem with that is sometimes you get striper and hybrid and all kinds of
And
things.
big rocks.
Yeah.
And you
You know?
have to swing up around and go
So-
and fish yours back.
I don't know who's talking in our middle of
Yeah.
our show, but
Yeah.
we continue to get people from the, you know,
He's excited.
I know, and he's excited. So, but what's interesting about the Mega Bass jerkbait, this is a +1. We were using the standard Vision
Standard,
110.
yes.
You picked, I think this is Mega Bass Sexy Shad, maybe.
It is.
Yep.
Yes.
So, great bait, gorgeous paint job. Certainly, you got to pay for it. I mean, they're $24.99. They're
Yes,
not
they
cheap.
are.
But people ask, what's the difference between these and others? So I will say this. You can go, I mean, Jackal Rearrange is a great jerk bait.
Yep.
The mixed stick, and then you have Strike King, but then you have the 6 Sense Provoke, and then the, I'm trying to think of, what's the RC Sticks
RC
from Rick
Sticks.
Clun, which is a
Yep.
very popular
Yes.
jerk bait. So certainly there's a few out there, and I know they can all catch fish, okay? I get it. This bait, though, I'm telling you, and I know people like just put it in their box and like, I can't throw it, it's too expensive. But here's the thing, man. This bait works.
Yes.
And it's got great action in the weight transfer system that it has for you to be able to throw where the ball goes all the way to the back of the bait when you throw is just
Yep.
crucial. Okay? So, especially if you're throwing into the wind. So definitely, if you don't have one, you should at least give it a shot. I know there's a price tag to it,
Yes,
but it is
they
a great bait.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have thrown all different kinds of jerk baits, and I've never been a fan. And I talked to another friend of mine, pro fisherman, Wesley Strader, and we was actually talking about Chickamauga coming
Yeah.
up. And he said, you've got to try these Mega Bass. I said, man, I got all kinds of jerk bait. He said, no, you don't have this one.
Yeah.
So I called you again,
Yeah.
Kent, I got to have these, you know,
Yeah.
I need these. And sure enough, we got together and I ended up with them, and that's
They're
all I
good.
throw.
Yeah, they're good,
That's
man.
the only
It's
jerk
hard
bait I
not
throw
to.
now. Right.
It's really hard
Yep.
once you've gone there.
They
Hey, I
produce-
wanted to say something too, and I will not mention any names because I'm not allowed. Okay, but I will tell you that this salty sink worm. I'm going to just talk about Tack Pack again for a minute. That this specific worm, right? Not necessarily this color,
Right.
but this worm right here has been used to place very high in some very big tournaments, okay? Because they are not necessarily sponsored, but they have used these. So
Yes.
just remember, right? Just because I say, hey, you need to go fish the old, bait because I have
Yep.
the name and they do that, that's good. But let me tell you, I know for a fact
Yep.
that this bait has been used to win some big tournaments,
Yeah.
okay, and placed very high.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
just a little shout out there. Let's see. Steve says, hey, I was on the team. John McPherson, yes, he was on that team too to play golf, so I better give a shout out to John. All right, he's going to yell at me. Let's see. Joshua says, how's it going? Good, man. How are you? And then John says he caught 2 today on the +2.
down
Which
there.
getting
Little
down
deeper,
there, that's
yep.
a deep bait, right?
Wow.
So he's probably on Cumberland today, would be my guess. But sure. Awesome, man.
Yep.
Listen, we've got another tournament coming up May 22nd.
We do.
So I guess next Friday and Saturday we're fishing.
Yes.
So we'll go out there and
Got a lot of rain coming this week, it looks like. So
we do have a lot of rain coming. It's always going to throw our stuff off.
Right.
I mean, there's always
I
something
mean-
to throw off our game. Right? That's the part of fishing that we love, right?
that's it. Figuring them out figuring them out.
We're figuring them out. But anyway, let's see. What else, Kenny? Anything else, man? Listen, I just want to say thanks. I know it's a long drive for you, and I really appreciate you coming up and hanging out with us. It's always a good time. It's always good seeing you. I'm certainly, it's good seeing you at the lake, spending the day on the lake. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite.
We say more than 25 words. I mean, we fish really hard.
Especially,
I mean, let's say we fish pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, but we do joke around.
We do.
We have some jokes.
We don't,
all right. So, but I say, I mean, listen, we fished twice together ever.
right.
Okay, that first tournament that we ever fished together, we came in 12th out of 135 boats.
Yes.
Okay, and we went and pre-fished. Right. We found some fish.
Right.
Figure out where we didn't want to go.
Yes, we did.
Okay, because that's really key. And we discovered a couple places that were holding fish and the one bait. And you looked at me before I left and said, Kent, you better tie on 3 of those same bait because that's all you're throwing.
Yep, that's
Right?
what we did.
And that's what we
worked,
did.
You know.
Right? I threw that bait till my arm fell off.
Yep.
Right? When you're flipping, right?
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Right? And it wasn't flipping creatures either.
No.
So interesting, but it was fun. And we are definitely looking forward to May 22nd and being back down on the water.
Yep.
Hopefully it's a nice day.
It's going to be raining.
So
80, but rain is what they're giving
So-
for now. So, yeah, it's supposed to be.
is there
80.
any questions, man? We're right at the end of the show. And look, we're 5 minutes over. And
200 plus 2.
so I know it's been a crazy week. We haven't advertised the show a whole lot.
Right.
And but we'll put it out there and there'll be a bunch of replays and things like that. And so
Watch it all the time.
Yeah.
we watch it. People watch it all the time. And you can go back and watch all the old ones as well. And
Can.
certainly. But, man, I look forward to next Friday and
Yeah,
Saturday.
I'm ready to get it again.
Seeing you, hanging out. And it's about time we got to get it.
Yeah.
You
Can I
know?
show off my new fishing rod?
Yeah, thanks for the invite up. It's been great. I'll give a big shout out to my sponsors. I have to. Without them, my dream is not even close to possible. Cain posed a big help. Calhoun Construction, which is where I work.
I mean, how excited for
not
Calhoun
everywhere
to
you
be,
can work.
I mean, what a phone call to receive from Calhoun that
Yes.
says, hey, we are going to help you next year
Yes.
chase your dream, right?
Yeah, that's great.
And you don't get a lot of businesses that
do
always
that.
support that,
No,
and that's
it's-
pretty awesome. So big shout out to
Yes,
them, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
Mr. Webby down at Marine Works, he's a big help.
Gosh, really? You had to bring up John
yeah,
Webb?
You know, I have to say thank
Golly!
you. He's
I want him to watch this just so he can hear me say that.
Yeah.
Old John Webb.
Don Franklin Ford back home, ATS back home, Mobile One.
Thanks, Judy.
My family, without family support, it's really tough to get out there and stay focused on what you're doing. So, with that, let's close her out.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let me show off this beautiful rod.
Okay, Ian wants to show some rod that's mine
So,
that he found in the back corner of our room.
I haven't announced this, but I'm going to hit the tour in 2092. And I'm going to switch to Pat.
That's called a patent pending.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it's not a
Okay.
pat rod.
I'm going to switch to
Kenny,
Pat Rod.
Kenny,
That's great. What a way to end the show.
Kenny,
That.
we can't.
I'm going to switch to True.
You can't make it
Temper
up.
Raiders rod blanks.
You can't make it up.
It's a solid metal rod. You can bend it from end to end.
Cannot make it
It's got
That's
a
great, man. Leave it alone.
who knows on it.
Listen,
No anti-reverse.
it's a little tip heavy, okay?
Just a hair.
And it's so sensitive.
Dude,
Right.
you can feel them breathe on it.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
good.
A little
too.
bit of WD and it'll be all right.
Sounds great.
What brand is that real? Can you tell?
Your tension doesn't even work.
You don't
Ian.
need no tension. You got wide open all the way.
This is a Langley Streamlight.
I'm gonna switch to
Model
Langley
310.
Streamlights and patent
It
rods.
says K9 on it, so you get your line.
Well, good.
Oh.
We're sponsored.
I have to give a shout out before we leave. Dixie Custom Rods.
Dwayne.
Yes.
All of my rods are Dixie Custom Rod only.
Yep.
They are phenomenal.
Dwayne makes some good stuff.
Yes, if you're not throwing one, you owe it to yourself to try one.
This is a true temper raider.
Yep. It's a patent rod if you can't tell.
That looks.
But that's a whipping stick.
That hurt somebody. Go put that up, Ian.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys, for
Yep.
tuning in. Kenny's got to get on the road. Thanks. We will see you in a couple of weeks with more. I just talked to the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife. They're going to be on the show as well in a couple of weeks. We're going to have. I got to go. Oh, one of the things I got to do yesterday, I forgot to say this. I got to go out to Clark Moore's, put on a father-son fishing derby.
Nice.
And they first had like this awesome devotion and father-son thing, and it was great over there. And then after they were done, I had pulled my boat up to the kind of a shelter area, and they all came over and we talked about boat safety. And I even surprised myself. And I hate to say this, I didn't like go in like depth preparation. I just started pulling all the boat safety stuff out of my boat. All right, so throw cushion, paddle, fire extinguisher, noise maker, pulled out my charging pack, pulled out the lights, you pull out the ropes. You know what I mean? You pull out a knife, you pull out your wrench, you pull out your first aid kit. Like, it's amazing. So I pull all this stuff out, and I'm just sitting here going, look how much life jackets, right? And if you wear the electrostatic, you still have to have the main life jacket in the boat, because if you do have an electrostatic, you have to wear it 24/7 unless you have another life jacket in the boat. And so we talked about that, and it was like I spent 30 minutes, man, just going through all of that, and then all the fish care stuff that you have to put in there. So it's amazing all the equipment we have to carry on a boat.
Plus tackle.
Minus all the tackle and fishing rods and the things that you want to carry. So certainly big shout out to them for a great event, and thanks for inviting me. I ordered them 30 cane poles, and they learned how to build a cane pole and wired it up and do all that. And then they had a little fishing derby for about 45 minutes. I don't know who won that. I haven't gotten feedback on that yet, but it's certainly an awesome event to be there. So,
in today's time, it is imperative that we get our kids involved in fishing or hunting or something. In this world today, we have to.
Speaking of fishing,
Mark Southern said, Kenny, stick my rod tip in your pocket and bring home with you. Kent won't ever reply to me. So,
speaking of Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, they will be stocking Whitehall. It's a Finn's Lake. They'll be stocking it May 18th with 1,200 pounds of channel cats.
There you go.
So if anyone wants to get out there with the kids, or just go out there and have a good
May
time.
19th will be rocking.
Yep.
May 19th,
Right.
May 20th, it'll be bad news.
Yeah, so definitely a good time. We got any more questions? Anything else?
So I think someone mentioned something about my hair or something like that.
Somebody always mentions something about your
What
hair.
it-
It was
what was-
Lily.
Oh, all right. Listen, thanks, Kenny. I
Thank
know you
you.
need to get on the road.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming up. I'll
Yes,
see
sir.
you Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
Yes, I'm going to leave you hanging because you were just being goofy. And hey, guys, thanks for tuning into our show tonight. Hope you had a good time. And we will see you in 2 weeks, hopefully with a big win
Yes. To
on the
announce.
Harrington next Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to zoom out.
We're going to zoom out. See our big studio?
Go.
Look at our big studio.
Look at that.
Isn't that
Nice.
cool?
Can
That
I
is awesome.
do
I mean, look, man, I want to like sit over here
Yeah, like
and like we could spread out.
over here.
And we got like 4. You know what I need to do before we go with this big studio now? We need to get like I need to get like a round table,
Yes.
right? I need to get like
Oh, we're back.
some of the boat owners, some of the marina owners and stuff like that, and have them just have a little bit of a round table and talk about boats and what's going on right now,
Yep.
and because there's a lot of transition going on with Right River Marine and Ranger and
Yep.
Phoenix and
Yep.
all these boats,
Yep.
and it's crazy.
Sweet.
So anyway, have a great night. Be safe.
Happy
Enjoy the
fishing.
great weather. Happy fishing.
Peace.
Take care.
Don't leave me hanging again. Make me look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for watching the Cane Pole Fishing Show. Visit the Cane Pole in Southern Hills Plaza or on Facebook. Thanks for watching and happy fishing. The Cane Pole Fishing Show is brought to you by Lewis Veterinary Downtown Clinic, Purdy's Coffee, Big Hill and Downtown, and the Paddy Wagon Irish Pub.
Okay, you see this place? This place here. It's the Cane Pole, the place you should be getting all of your bait and tackle. The latest in fishing technology, lures, reels, rods, line, and of course, bait, crickets, shiners, goldfish, frozen bait, and worms of all kinds. Too much to mention it all. Check out the Cain Pole on Facebook, or come on by and let us show you how to catch more fish, because catching fish is fun. The Cain Pole in Southern Hills Plaza, Richmond, KY.